All right, it's the rundown. It is Wednesday, June 3rd, 4th, 3rd, 5th. 5th. Brought to you by Body Armor. They want us, well, it's officially here. It's hot as fuck. Body Armor is keeping us hydrated through with their new flavor, 28-ounce berry lemonade. It's actually good. Big boy bottle, 28 ounces, exclusively available at 7-Eleven. It actually tastes very good. Perfect in the summer, especially days at the beach or track. I don't know if Rapoli's going Belmont Saturday. Elio coming back into town, so excited for that. All right, NBA Finals, Game 3 tonight. What is the official? No Durant.
No Durant.
No Thompson, right?
No, he's playing.
He is.
Yeah, he said that it's not as bad as his ankle injury a couple of years ago.
Huh.
It's funny because that video that him talking shit to Drake.
He was limping.
He was
around.
limping, and at one point, and Coley pointed out, he almost says, "Yeah, and I popped my MCL," and then he's just playing in Game 3. So I guess it's not as bad as he thought.
Klay Thompson is one of those guys. He's just a freak. I feel like he gets these injuries that everyone's like, "Oh man, that's it," and then he just comes out.
Coley and the boys are out there, right?
Yeah,
The
that's
Mixtape
right, they
Boys.
are.
What are they doing out there?
He told me some sort of vlogging. They're gonna like
Amazon maybe.
I think that sounds right.
Oh, it's like a deal.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And they're just gonna like sort of document their travels.
Very cool.
When was Game
who
3?
you
I feel
betting
like Game
tonight?
2 was
Sunday.
a year ago.
I kind of want to bet the Raptors.
What is the 5.5, 6?
It's gone down to 4.5, I think. I don't know.
What have you done the first 2 games?
I went Raptors. I was right the first 2 games. Raptors Warriors.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I don't know. Do I have it right?
I'm 1-1. I've gone Golden State.
I feel like Raptors. I don't know. I feel like Kawhi's gonna steal one game, and this feels like the one it would be, especially if Klay's a little hampered.
It's a tough one.
It's also one of those things where I kind of want to just live bet it or I kind of want to bet the Raptors and then just hope they get out to a lead, knowing the Warriors are always gonna come back.
Right. What do we got here? 2-1. Bottom of 6. White Sox. A little day baseball. I got the money line on. I'm just.
Did you see the Kawhi article about his trash talk?
So good.
No.
Unbelievable.
Bored.
He says, yeah, he says, bucket. So he like people are like, oh, I'm gonna get buckets. He just says bucket after every make.
Layup.
And he says nope when you're trying to shoot. He says nope. And then when he gets boards, he says, I'm the board man. Board man gets paid.
I saw the board. I
Board
saw
man.
the board man gets paid. I thought he said that in college.
No, they say it was just. I think they talked to some guys who play with him. He said every time, just one word bucket, nope, layup, board man gets
Which
paid.
is more badass than
Yeah.
his real shit talk.
Yeah, right.
Because he's so dominant, he's just breaking you down. He's just saying what's happening.
Board man gets paid is just a hilarious thing to say.
That reminds me.
He should have that on a shirt.
Frankie,
That's
did
so
you hear the people in St. Louis? They said it 100 times. Board man gets paid. They go. They just repeatedly were saying this. The forecheck, back check, paycheck. They said it like 100 times. Forecheck, back check, paycheck. They just kept saying it. Forecheck, back check, paycheck.
That's pretty good.
It's actually a pretty good tag.
That is pretty good.
Forecheck, back check, paycheck.
What YP?
One guy kept saying that. The people, the guy behind us kept saying
YP is
it.
on
We
edge.
put him in a bad mood.
Well, he's
before.
already been on edge.
Huh?
Dave's got him on edge.
I'm not.
Not
I
at
am.
all.
If you'll know this thing is turning, and it is getting serious, and any playoff series that continues along, we're heading along. This thing will be serious when you see me tag Peter, because I know that's an
that's
avalanche.
your last.
You got that right in your back pocket.
Avalanche
Your
is
last
gonna,
gun in the bullet.
They're
Yep.
gonna haul you away if I tag them, because
Yeah.
that chinchilla is being abused.
If he what?
Last gun in the bullet, baby.
Yeah. When you see, hey,
Last
have
gun
you,
in the
did you
bullet.
see
Would be a
like,
real shame if someone threw fake blood on him.
Yeah. He'll be in
Real
Peter jail
shame.
for life, and it'll be bad for everybody, but
As
it's
someone who's-
going down that route.
As someone who's been attacked by PETA personally
Still
and
one
had
of the
fake
all-time
blood
Barstool moments.
thrown at me, it sucks.
You don't
and I
want
would
that on
hate
your
for that
bad
to
side.
have happened to you.
I mean, that's a shame. You don't think you could win fair and square? You're going to join up with the worst people on the internet? Then do that. That's fine. I'll take the
I
W
am
at
saying
any
it's
cost.
getting to that point when you're like encouraging me to get like
Listen,
rat tailed.
if you don't know Dave Portnoy, a desperate Dave Portnoy will make
Where
friends
it's only
with
game,
anyone.
It's only game 5.
He will make an alliance with anyone.
We got another week of this shit. If it's going 7, it's gonna.
If this goes 7, there's gonna be some real hurt feelings.
If he
I don't know.
thinks-
It's gonna get bad.
I may walk in like an FBI raid, just like PETA people behind me.
There he
just, like,
is.
spraying people walking to the door.
Just point him out. You need to get PETA to like arrest you too at the same time. Be like, damn, we both got caught. And then you walk free.
we got this 600-pound criminal getting arrested. He's like Jabba the Hutt. He was running like this huge operation from bedridden, and then he had to basically plead guilty in the ambulance because they couldn't move. It's the classic. They've showed these fat guy stories since we've been doing this, where you have to like basically get a U-Haul to get the guy out.
Extra wide.
Yeah.
What's the movie where the guy keeps the AK-47 under his belly? Is it Blow?
I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of the movie.
YP does look like rattled.
He's very rattled.
Nothing.
Very rattled. But my question for this guy, it takes a lot of work to be a drug dealer. That is the most motivated fat guy of all time. Like the obese, like you'd think, like what's eating Gilbert Grape? Mom just sits there all day and just eats and gets fat, and then they got to burn down the house.
I don't know how hard it is to be a drug dealer. I don't think that's like.
I think you gotta keep.
People just come to you. That's like the ideal job for a fat guy. If you're gonna break the law, you can't be robbing people.
But think about it.
The people just come to you and they buy drugs and they leave.
Math, numbers, always alert, paranoid. Like he has to stay awake. Fat guys can't stay awake. He has to stay awake to make sure no one's going to raid his house.
It depends how big the drug dealer is.
Yeah.
Like a small time, but you start getting big and become an arch criminal till it seemed like
You
this
have
guy
problems.
was. Yeah, because and another problem you haven't mentioned, you always have enemies trying to kill you, and it's like where
He can't go out of the house.
Yeah, where's Fat
Easy
Joe?
to
He's
find.
in his room.
Easy to find.
Right. You have to have unbelievable right-hand
Your
men.
crew is like definitely making fat jokes behind your
Totally.
back as soon as they walk out of the house. Like that's
He
all
probably
they
just like they make it to his face. He just probably like makes a little move. He can't move.
Early stages in drug dealing, being fat is
Yeah.
probably ideal.
right. But as
But
you
as
go up
you
the
get
ladder,
higher, yeah.
I
that's a
almost
lot of
feel like
problems.
there could have been somebody pulling the strings. Like I wouldn't mind having the front of my drug operation be like a wily fat person.
Right.
But it's like I'm behind
Yeah.
the curtain. Like,
Yeah.
And like the fat guy just is sitting there.
And you're like, fat guy, you can just basically, we'll get you all the McDonald's you want. You can just lay there, be fat.
But
you
gotta
might
be
have
the
to go to jail
figurehead.
for a
Right.
couple of years.
You might get shot in the
Honestly,
head.
your
Right.
life when you can't move, how different does your life change?
Right.
You're in jail.
Right.
Right, that's
Your
better
life
than-
is jail.
Like you don't have to go out and get a 40-hour-week job. We'll just pay you
Right.
to be the figurehead. Maybe you'll die. Also, if you're the prison or the jail that has to take care of this guy, I feel like you'd rather just him stay being a drug dealer. Like I would rather not have to take care of a guy
Yeah,
like that.
that's a lot.
Like just keep him on the streets. Get the drug dealers that can like take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Like they have to like
You're
wash
right.
this guy down.
That's
Oh.
gross.
No.
I'm distracted by
What is
that.
it? What's
Washington
I have the
3-1.
under in this.
What are you laughing at?
You gotta wash down the fat drug
It is
dealer.
gross.
It's a reality for the prison that takes. This
And
guy.
also, you again, if the drug dealer's stuck in one spot, you know where it is. Like,
that's badass.
Put him on house arrest.
yeah, and you can
not going
fucking
anywhere.
shut that down anytime you want.
You gotta put him on house arrest.
Grandma
Yeah.
got rescued. She was in the desert, Arizona, I think, and she just got put in a spin cycle. We haven't
That's
heard,
putting it lightly.
We haven't.
I mean, I actually thought, I was like,
This might be the
watched-
clip of the year.
We
Yeah, I
haven't-
watched it. I was like, there's no way there's a person there. They're dead.
We haven't heard anything from her, right?
Do we know if she's alive?
That can't kill you, can it?
She was seen on a stretcher spinning at a fast pace.
Yeah, we
but
saw
wasn't-
that.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
wasn't she?
Thanks, Tom.
They pulled
Wasn't
it
she
that far.
70?
I thought it was gonna be a
Wasn't she
health update.
73 or something?
It can kill you from fear, you
74.
mean?
She's 74. Anything can kill somebody who's 74.
That's true.
You know, spin enough times at 74, you just die.
It reminded me, and it's totally different, but the only other stretcher thing I can think of is Lou Duva getting carried out in a stretcher on the Riddick Bowe Andrew Galata fight, and they just like dropped the stretcher like six times with Lou Duva in it. That's the only other stretcher.
They were gonna
on
roll
this
you out on a stretcher for Rough and Rowdy. You remember that?
Yeah, then, yeah.
For your back.
Yeah, for my back. Then Caleb and Roan lifted me up. When Roan is equally as bad of a
Yeah, that was
back.
bad back city. So we haven't heard. I assume she's alive.
Said
she
was in
wasn't-
a trauma center.
73
She
though
is.
is at that.
For falling down, or this is trouble.
I think it's the spins.
I knew that was trouble.
What do you? Oh, you have the White Sox. These guys have the.
Yeah, big.
Yeah,
Ed
you
did
don't want to
something.
go over there.
If you replay what just happened,
Yeah.
that was a pop-up to the shortstop.
And they were clapping.
But before that, I whispered underneath. I go,
trouble. This
"Is
is
this trouble?"
Yeah.
Trouble.
It was literally a routine pop-up to the
That's
shortstop, and I mumbled, "Is this trouble?"
And it was
Look
trouble.
at this.
That was trouble.
How is that trouble?
That's
I
trouble.
knew that was trouble. The second,
Tim Anderson.
what are
gotta
you
catch
doing?
That, man.
He had it too.
What?
Had it.
Yeah.
The sun.
He had it
There
in his
actually is
glove.
a theory, Dave,
How
about
is that trouble?
day
You knew.
games in
I
Washington.
knew it. I whispered. I said, "Is that trouble?"
day games in Washington, I think the Sun, wherever it lies in relation to the stadium, like take unders, but obviously this doesn't. This under's going to be fucked. But
no, this
might have been
under's
the
okay,
Sun.
maybe.
Maybe it was the Sun.
That may be the best diagnosis of a play I've ever seen.
That was trouble.
I
There's a
literally,
million
I
pop-outs
said
like
it
that
under
aren't
my
trouble.
breath. Is that trouble? And I'm talking.
And it was trouble.
It was the most routine. That was a little league play.
So, lady's alive. 73-year-old spinner.
She might be dead from the spin.
She might be dead by the time we put the rundown.
And also
out,
the
but-
I
Spin.
hate the fat pen over there, just fucking yucking it up.
Listen, it's tough because when we set up like this, whole setup, and it was like we got to be around people that maybe we can mentor. So I'm with the degenerate gamblers over there.
You're the yeah.
And it just can't. I can't escape.
What do you
betting
guys have
fucking
in this?
baseball games? Dave, I walked in yesterday at 10:30 in the morning. We had fucking WNBA up.
It's tough.
Yeah.
And they were all sitting there watching. And then I of course, I just live bet it because I was like, I got to get in on this.
I'm on a text chain with a bunch of those guys. Yeah,
It's
they bet
tough.
the most ridiculous
I
shit.
don't know that we can use baseball highlights, and I don't want to rehash it, but me calling trouble on that,
It was trouble.
on knowing somehow in my bones
Yeah,
that
like
a
deep
routine
inside,
pop-up
yeah,
to shortstop is trouble
Yeah.
is maybe the greatest. Like,
The gambling sixth sense.
that was a pop-up to the shortstop, and I called it I looked at him for 1 second, and I just mumbled, "Is that trouble?" And it fucking was.
Yeah, I don't know-
Pop-up.
I don't know if you can do MLB, but you do side by side. You
Yeah.
be able to do it like poop.
And people are gonna be as late. I said it early. I'm like,
Yeah.
You said it, yeah.
You get credit.
Jarvis Landry, his daughter saw a baby deer, and it's the cutest thing maybe in ever.
Who's your friend? You got a new friend? Yes. Oh. Okay.
It's a cute video, but
Don't.
It doesn't-
It's not cute.
It is
A baby
cute.
deer is fucking
I
electric.
think I'm going to agree with Trent.
it is very cute. But where does this relationship go?
Oh.
Like, you can't keep
Oh.
a deer. You don't.
You
keep-
always have those weird YouTube videos of like a dolphin and like a dog.
Yeah,
being
but
friends.
once the baby animal gets the smell of humans on it, doesn't the mom just like, fuck this? I'm
Oh
out?
yeah.
So then maybe Jarvis Landry could pay for a better life. Probably it's like they're rich as fuck.
If we see a video of this in 8 months, 2 years of like the
they're-
progression
No,
of
I
their
think that
friendship,
baby deer's
then
done.
I'm in.
I don't think the mom's going
I
back.
think-
She's
I
going
think
to smell it and be like, you've been around humans.
I think you might get stuck in the in-between where
Okay,
you're
well,
right.
I
You get
hate
the
on
smell
this
of humans, and then the deer's like, no, I want to go back, and then it's just by itself.
Right. Can you raise a deer?
Yeah. People raise everything.
That's true. We have
Chinchillas.
I'm not gonna
There's
talk
like
about it.
bears.
PETA.
If this relationship continues, then I'm all for it. But I feel like they're already been separated, and the deer has the smell of humans, can't go back to the wilderness.
I don't
and
know
can't
if
go
that's
back
true.
to
I
humans.
think you're making something up.
No, that's real.
Because I've seen a
But
deer
it's
get
with
caught in a
birds.
fence, and yeah, it's a bird, not a deer.
Yeah, birds. Birds, you can't, if you
And
fuck
I don't
with
even
the
know if
nest.
that's true.
No,
I feel
that's,
like that's something parents tell. So you
ask
won't touch
YP. He is our YP.
That is what a parent would say, so you don't touch a bird and get
When you
disease.
if you like touch a bird's nest, won't the mom like not go back?
It depends on how much if you mess with them. Some birds, yeah, they'll like smell it or something and may
They're
not
just like,
mess
I'm
with
out.
them.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be like, I'm out.
What
Doesn't
about-
it sound
It
like
depends on the
a
animal, though. Like-
something a parent would say, so you don't touch the thing.
No, but I think that's real and like,
There's also things like if the ducks see a human first, they'll imprint on the first thing they see and then just follow them instead of the mom. Like
That's
that can
crazy.
That happened on
too.
Modern Family.
that's how that guy who crosses the street with the ducks every day.
Yeah.
In
That'd
England.
be an absolute power move to like just have a family of ducks. That
Just
You can
follow
do
you
that.
around.
You? Yeah.
If they
That would
hatch and
all day.
see you, they'll just follow you.
I'd love that.
Which I'm cool with if
Like, here
it-
comes Dave.
You
and
kind of
his
have
ducks.
that already.
Sick.
With, like
A little
Tommy and Frankie and
Davey's ducks.
yeah, I mean they kind of are. They do really follow you.
I agree. It's a cute video, but I'd just like to see where it goes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a harsh way to look at it. So there's this other story. Gay Pat blogged it. Grindr. There was a fight. The two guys, they met up on Grindr, had sex, fight about apparently one guy. I don't know how you can lie about your dick size, but it became a dick size fight. So the other guy started choking him out and robbed him of $3,000. I don't know that I'm buying that this is about dick size. I think if you rob somebody, first of all, who has $3,000 cash lying around? Like, unless you owe your bookie or you're going, that's
Right.
a shit ton of money. So something weird. And I think it's probably if you rob somebody of $3,000, it's just a matter of time. Like, the dick size is just semantics. That guy's getting robbed.
Here's what I don't understand about this. So if you read the story, it was the guy who got robbed said that when he was getting choked and like punched, he thought it was part of
Foreplay.
yeah. So, at what point can you like? Does it stop being part of the sex act, can you go all the way to like?
I'm
Can the guy
stealing-
be like, hey, part of the sex act was I was gonna punch you, rob you, then
Yes.
you were gonna call the cops on me?
Yes.
Isn't that hot?
I think
Yes.
you can.
So
it
then
all
that's what
boils-
you gotta
think you
do.
can take
it
it
all
too
boils
far.
down to safe words. If you don't have
Yeah,
the
if
safe
you didn't
word,
say the safe
yeah,
word.
if you didn't have the safe word, it's in play.
Because that's really what it comes down to. Is like he could just be like, well, I thought your fantasy was calling the cops on
Yep.
me.
Get
for
robbed and
assault.
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was
That's
gonna
probably
spend
real
all the
fantasy.
money. That's part of the fantasy. I'll spend all the money right away.
You think that would be? You could take that to court?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you can take anything to court.
Yeah.
Well, but would it work in court? Where you're like, I thought
Depends
me
on the
taking
judge,
his
I
money,
think.
Yeah.
and
who's
then,
who's
you know,
the more compelling argument? I guess.
I think that's the more compelling argument.
right.
Because when you're, it's like the
Who's
Wild
to
West.
say what turns you on? Maybe it's having to call the cops.
Yeah.
on-
Having
I like
all
it.
of your money,
Getting
all of your,
robbed.
maybe that's why the guy had so much cash. He's like, I gotta have this cash, so he's got something
right.
to steal.
Right.
I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Let
Just
the
very-
defense rest.
Yeah.
That's a rundown. Anything else?
Good luck. You're going up to game five.
Yeah,
Five.
Five.
Big
And then
game.
you guys are doing radio?
Doing radio before the game tomorrow at Hurricanes at the Garden, Game 5. So my entire life, as I'm sure most of the St. Louis, Boston contingency in here right now is just in flux, depending on what happens. Like I'm supposed to go to Pebble Beach for
Yep.
the U.S. Open, but if it goes 7, I'm not doing that. So
You're
it's
going to
just
Pebble Beach the whole week?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was radio, but Game 7 is Wednesday, which I'll obviously go to that. So I could only get to Pebble
Right,
Beach
right.
by Friday. So
Right.
a lot in the air. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a wild next couple of games. I've heard my people tell me Grizzlick and Chara are both playing. We'll see if that pans out.
I think
That'd
it's
be
going
good.
7.
Feels that way.
I would say, yeah, it certainly feels that way. Obviously, I think the Bruins are going to win the 7. I think each team's going to hold serve. But we'll see. We shall see. All right, it's a rundown.
All right.